What's going on, everybody? Cam Sweet from the Garage Connection. As luck would have it, just as I finished up doing the carburetor swap, the Amazon man came by with another goodie that I need to put on this machine. We had a failure when I was working in the back of a tie rod end. This is actually the tie rod end. I'm going to go over the actual failure point, but this is the mystery, right? Because Allmand didn't leave any part numbers behind except for their own. So we don't really know what some of these parts are. Yes, there are some cross references, but thankfully I have found good tie rod ends that match the original ones that you can get off Amazon, and they're not that difficult to change. All right, so stick with us. We're going to get into this project, and hopefully we get your tractor back to work.
All right, so as we take a look at the old tie rod end here, we can see that there is definitely a failure. All right, we actually broke off the stud where it goes to the threads. So what I was able to do is source a couple of different tie rod ends that are available on Amazon. All right, now the first one I came across was this one right here. This is a Moog. Let me try to make sure we can get it focused on there. This is a Moog Problem Solver. All right, tie rod end right there, 87220MP. Now this tie rod end at face value does look quite similar. We have the same threads, reasonably the same size, but if you put the two grease fittings together, you will notice that this one is about a 1/4 inch longer. Okay, so this is not going to work for our machine. So I spent a little bit more time on Amazon, and what I came across was this one right here. Now this has an angled grease fitting, but if you take a look, they both have the 555 stamp of the tie rod manufacturers, and they both are the exact same size. Okay, so if you have an Allmand and you have bad tie rod ends, you need to go ahead and go on Amazon and order this right here, ES2171R. Okay, this is a cheapo brand. This is not a Moog. Yes, you can get it Moog. No, it really probably doesn't matter for this application, but I have found that this tie rod end does both the outer and the inner side of the steering arms. Okay, ES2171R. I'm going to put the part number in the video, in the description, and that way we all know, and we don't have to look in some random forum in some back page that nobody's ever heard of to find the part number. Right there. Okay, so for right now, what we're going to do, we got our jam nuts loosened up here. We got all of our hardware nice and loose. We're going to go ahead and reinstall the non-broken tie rod. And then we're going to attach it to the piston. And we're going to have a great rest of our day using our Allmand tractor loader backhoe. Just like that. That swings up under there. Perfect. All right, now if you so chose, and I'm not going to do this because we're not putting a lot of miles on this thing, you could go through and measure the toe out, or toe out, toe in on both the front tires, and using the thread, you can go ahead and adjust it so that the machine lines up. You know, the tires aren't toe out or toe in. I'm not going to do that because it really doesn't matter around my backyard, and it's reasonably straight anyways. Okay.
All right, so there we have it. So we got a new tie rod end put on. I got to throw some grease into it, but you know, beyond that, that's pretty much it. These are cheap enough that in reality you should probably order an extra one, or hell, replace all four. I mean, they're really, you know, this is cheap stuff here, especially when you don't even buy Moog. You buy some random Chinesium stuff, but it's good enough for this machine. It's good enough for me. So if this is in your future, or this is your reality right now with one of these machines, hop on Amazon, order that part number that I got in the description, and get your machine back up and running. All right. So for now, that's going to do it. Cam Sweet here from the Garage Connection, and stay on those projects.